So today I'm at the Patrika Gate here in Jaipur, and what I want to answer is Jaipur a good place to live? And the answer, quick answer, is no. This is not a very good, nice place to live. I've been here for 3 months now, and I was thinking about staying here for 6, but over the last 3 months, I've just found out that this is not really a great place for foreigners, expats. It's a wonderful place to visit, and I made a video about that the other day, but staying here long term, there's just not that much going on. You have all the heritage sites, you have the forts, the palaces, places like this, Patrika Gate, which are absolutely beautiful to visit. But once you see them once, there's not like other things to really do. You can spend a couple days seeing all this stuff, but there's not much. So it kind of gets boring pretty fast. Another reason that I kind of don't think this is a great place to live is just because there's not a lot of communities or expats or groups that you can kind of get involved with and, you know, hang out and see the city or go and see other things, activities, you know, like game night, painting night, stuff like that. There's just not that many around. And the only really big activity that I've found when talking to people that live here in Jaipur, friends here, they're like, we go out and drink, we go to clubs. So if you're into that kind of atmosphere, this is a great city to, you know, visit and maybe live in. But going to a club, going to a bar every night and drinking, it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more of a place to work, to hang out, to chill, you know, do remote work kind of stuff. And if you do go to places like this Patrika Gate is absolutely beautiful. It is one of my favorite places here in Jaipur. Come in the morning, you can see it all lit up in the morning light. Come here at night and they put lights on it, and absolutely beautiful. Lots of people around, you know, skating, playing, doing cricket. And then they have a water show here. There is cool things, but how many times are you gonna come see the water show? How many times are you gonna come see the Patrika Gate? So when you're looking for outdoor activities, rock climbing, paintball, arcades, things like this, it's hard to find a lot of things to do. And if you do come to places like Patrika Gate, there's nothing else around here. So you come here, you see it, you hang out here for a little bit, and then you have to go somewhere else. You have to get back in an Uber, a taxi, and then go to another location. So it's just not really a great place to stay long term. That being said, if you come here for maybe 2 weeks, a month, you can spread out all the heritage sites throughout that time. And there's other things, museums and really nice places to eat, like traditional Rajasthani food and other cultural things that you can kind of experience, like block print, seeing stuff like this, which, you know, it would fill up a month, but long term, not so good. Another thing that I've kind of struggled with here is finding like nice cafes to work at. There's a few down here by Patrika Gate, World Trade Park, kind of in the D block area, but most of them are up in the C scheme, and there's really only a handful of places there that are open in the morning. Like I was saying, places stay open super late, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, these bars, clubs, even normal restaurants. And it's hard to find a place that you can go to at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning for breakfast and a nice place to work and get coffee. So it's extremely difficult. So we even went and like asked our friend, I was like, what do you do here in Jaipur? And he like struggled to figure out any answer for us. He's like, clubs, bars, heritage sites. And we're like, we know all that stuff, but like what else? Like activities, fun things that you do. And he's like, you know, I really can't think of any. And there's not really these groups or these activities that people can do. It's just drinking, clubbing, or maybe there's a few hikes that you can kind of go do around the city. But during the summer, you can't do any of that anyways. It's too hot, it's too humid. So most of the time now, I just chill at home is what he said. And so it's like a little disappointing to try to live here and like get involved with groups or like people and stuff like that. So I think I personally don't like about living here is that the city's quite big. It's like there's a lot of urban sprawl going on, so it's spread out. And so like I mentioned earlier, you can't really go one place and hang out because there's not other things to do. You have to travel everywhere. You go one place, travel there, then you have to go to another place. And it gets expensive always going in Ubers and traveling everywhere. So that's something else that I really don't like. What don't you like about the city, madam?
Just nothing to do. I think you've covered majority of the stuff already. Right?
What else don't you like?
I just generally don't like the heat. It's impossible to want to go out and do anything because 5 minutes, you're not even 5 minutes, like 1 minute you're out is just extremely hot, and then you just want to constantly be indoors in AC cafes or wherever, you know. What exciting is there? There's no, like, when we were in Nepal, we used to go to these painting, what do you call it?
Events and
yeah,
activities and
painting
stuff like that.
events, and there were other small events that was happening, like farmers market and all that stuff. And
We haven't found that here,
Yeah.
and we don't really know where to look for the information either. At least in Nepal, like Pooja's talking about Pokhara Lakeside, where we could go there and everything was there, and like
Yeah.
you can meet people, and there are always signs and all this kind of information about do this, do that, and you have a lot of opportunities. And it's because I think there's a big expat community there, and a lot of tourists go there, so they want to hold these events. Here, we rarely see tourists, we rarely see expats here, unless we go all the way up to like Hava Mahal area and the pink, like the
Very
old
touristy
pink city.
areas.
Yeah. Outside of that, and like in normal cafes and stuff, we're usually the only foreigners there. So
well, I'm not a foreigner technically.
technically, Pooja is a foreigner. She's from Nepal, not Indian. So
People think I'm Indian, to be honest.
but there are good parts about living here. At least I think it's in India in general, not just Jaipur, but like the access to goods and services, and we don't, we
Quality.
have quality. Every time we go to a cafe, the quality is on point. It's never wavering, going up and down. So we do enjoy those kind of aspects with Zomato, Swiggy, stuff like that. It's easy to shop
I like
around.
Blinkit.
So
Shout out to Blinkit.
she likes Blinkit because you can order. Those things aren't really available in like Nepal, so that makes it a little bit better to live here. But
There was one painting activity that was going to happen, but it was super expensive. It was like, I think 2200 or 2500 INR. It was just for, I think, 4 to 5 hours.
yeah, so we have seen events, I guess, like that, and then we saw like other block printing events, but they're like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, which is it's pretty expensive just to
I
go
would
do.
be eating and doing other stuff in that.
They
money.
target like tourists only, and so it's like a one-time thing targeting them, not really to build like a community or like a friend circle. So do you think Jaipur is a good city to live in?
No.
No, I also don't think it's that great of a city for people to live in. So that's our take. That's my take. Do you have anything else you want to
I
add to
don't know
this?
if I just think India is a great place to live in just because of the weather and
You've only been to
traffic. Yeah, but
The traffic here does suck. It's very, very
Scary.
noisy. It's people. There's no rules. There are rules. People just don't follow them. So that's
even trains at night, like it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why they honk their horns so loud. Like no one's on the railway track.
that's it. That's all we got. If you're trying to decide if you want to live in Jaipur, maybe reconsider, or maybe come here for a month or two, then go to the next city, Jodhpur, Udaipur. You could spend a while here in Rajasthan and stuff like that, but maybe not so much time here in Jaipur.
1 month is more than enough for Jaipur, I think. I think more than that would be just a bit too much.
That's it. As always, thanks. Bye.